bitch, you a bird, you thigh, you learn, you see, I earn, you stop. A word, I shoot, no rim, I'm high, you burn, I'm me, that's him, you nah, that's word.
Returning June 15th after way too long outside of the octagon, my man, Brady Hiestand. Brady, how we doing, dude?
Dude, living the dream, back in action, feeling ready to go.
And, obviously, man, knee surgery, supposed to fight in February. Before that, you're supposed to fight in August. So, just detail, man, what the hell you been up to the past year? Why so long away?
Obviously, it's just been bumping the road after bumping the road. But I think now I got them all out of the way. So now it's going to be smooth sailing for the rest of my career. So I guess the Damon fight, before I was supposed to fight Damon, I actually was doing really good. I was in weight camp, weight cut. I was doing everything right, but I got a really bad staph infection. It was so much so that my body almost went septic, and I pretty much got MRSA. And I have some nasty pictures on my phone. So they had to pull the fight. I actually was talking to the doctors, which sucked, obviously. And then, they moved it. They rescheduled for Rinya Nakamura. And then I ended up tearing the same knee that I had surgery on, back on the Ultimate Fighter. So it was ridiculous. And it was like a buckle handle tear. So I couldn't even bend my knee. And I was almost just going to go fight. And then my coaches were like, no, and Rinya is a dog, dude. He's a good guy. He's a good wrestler. And he's like, if this was a different fight, maybe. But they're like, you can't even train right now, which I was like, okay. And so they ended up pulling that fight. But now we're healthy. I'm training, wrapped in bubble wrap. There ain't nothing going wrong this time. So I'm dialed in. I'm ready to make it to this fight.
Good to hear, man. And dude, staph is scary. I don't know, man. Now that I do jiu-jitsu, anytime I come home and I got a mark on me, I'm like, dude, I don't want that to become a gaping hole like you see in pictures of fighters and stuff. Was yours that bad?
It was that bad. I can show you some pictures later, but it was on my thigh of all places, and it literally got this big, and then my whole leg was swollen. It was all the way from my knee to my hip, and it was just it was terrible. It hurt so bad, and I couldn't even get out of bed to train. It was just I was bedridden, and this is 2 weeks before the fight. So imagine not even being able to go for a walk. And you're supposed to fight a tough ass dude like Damon. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's good, man. No, thank you. Glad you're good and healthy now, man. That's no fun for anyone to deal with. And has this long camp been a blessing at all? I know you're at Sick Jitsu still, working at the PI with some killer names, it looks like. So reflect on camp for the past year.
Yeah, so I haven't fought, but like you said, it's pretty much been a camp. I don't do anything else. I train all day. I'm traveling. I'm still trying to improve everywhere. So the cool part about this is I think I'm going to come out a completely different fighter. People said I looked better from my Ricky fight to my Fernie fight, and even from my Fernie fight to my Dana fight. Yep. And so now it's I got triple the time, and I'm still improving. I'm still working on my stand-up. My grappling's even more deadly. So I think in this fight, you're just going to see a completely new Brady. I'm also going to be 25 in this fight because I'm turning 25 in a week.
Yep.
So it's I'm a grown man now. I feel I'm just going to be able to showcase how fucking strong I am, a little bit more fight IQ and all that good stuff. So I'm excited to put on a performance for sure.
Happy early birthday, by the way. Same birthday as my brother-in-law. So.
Oh, there you go. April 30th?
Yep. April 30th.
Let's go.
He's turning 26 though, but 25 is a good one, bro. 25 is a good one. And, man, I see you down at PI working with the best of the best. So is there a moment down there that really sticks out? Damn, this was dope, or this was hard, or is there a lesson, a most valuable thing you learned from anyone down there?
Yeah. So honestly, the main guy I train with down there is Merab. So we're training at Syndicate all the time because that's where, our whole team goes. And I think I've said this on an interview before, but the craziest time ever was I think it was my second week down there, and we were training at Syndicate, and I was working with Merab, and I would get around in here and there, and then we were at the PI, and I just finished up a pretty good workout, and he's like, hey, do you want to go drill over at Syndicate because we were at the PI?
You told me this story before, but tell it again. I love it.
Okay, and he's like, yeah, let's go. And I was like, yeah, let's go drill. So I get done with my workout. I'm like, hey, Rick, my coach. I'm like, hey, let's go over to Syndicate. Merab wants to drill. I'm like, okay. We show up, and he's all strapped up. He's got knee pads on. He's got shin pads, MMA gloves. And I'm like, okay, I guess we're doing full MMA drilling. And we go out there and he's like, oh, let's just move, like just get warmed up. And I'm like, okay, we're light sparring. And that light sparring ramped up a little bit. And then it ramped up a little bit more until we're like pretty much fighting. Like there's a jiu-jitsu class going on and we're on the court of the mats literally brawling. Like I have a bloody nose and it felt like an eternity. But I think my coach said it was like 20, 25 minutes. And we just went 20, 25 minutes straight of just sparring. Like me taking him down, him taking me down. We're just slugging it. And that was probably the most intense thing I've ever done in training. And so that was like a game changer, an eye-opener experience. And that's probably, that's my story. I told you it before, so that's how much it stuck with me. That was like almost over a year ago. So.
Oh, it's crazy, dude. This just being like, yeah, I'm going to go train with the machine and then show up and him be like, nah, bro, we're actually going to
spar. And it wasn't even like, hey, we're going to spar. It's like, hey, let's warm up. And then it just escalated. One punch is a little harder than the next, and then you're just fighting at that point.
So who do you think wins, man? Him or Sean?
I got to give it to Merab. I think it's everyone knows the outcome. It's either Sean gets the knockout or Merab takes it. Dude, he has such a high pace for 5 rounds. If he can tire out an Olympian like Henry Cejudo in 1.5 rounds, no matter how good a shape Sean is, he's not that level. I don't think, and even if he is, or even better, 5 rounds is a long time for that kind of pace. And so it's either he can stay away and then land his shot, or Merab takes it and just like mauls him by 5 rounds. And I think Merab's going to do that.
Yeah, I don't like that matchup for Sugar. Just the pace, the cardio, the grappling. It's going to be a long night regardless of how it goes down.
For sure. And Merab has got caught in his fight. Like, what was that? The Marlon Moraes? That was
he got caught a few times, yeah.
Yeah, and even in the Cejudo fight. But, dude, if you don't put him out, he's coming for you.
Yeah, that's a scary little dude, man. And
for sure.
For this one, who's going to be in your corner? The normal squad?
Yeah, always. I got Mike Chiesa, Rick Little, and then my boy Ashton Charlton, who's actually fighting in 2 weeks for BFL.
Oh, okay. I got to hit him up then. I got to get an interview there. I haven't talked to him yet.
Yeah, I think he's ranked number like 2 or 3
he's
in
up
BFL.
There.
So, yeah, he's up there. And so he's fighting another guy. Ashton's fighting Ash. It's funny. The matchup's Ash Bash versus Ash Smash.
That's a riddle right there, man. I love that.
I know. Yeah, it's hilarious. But I think he's going to go out there and get a TKO win, and then hopefully we can get his ball rolling in the UFC here soon.
Yeah, just keeping that sick jitsu squad taking over, man. And this fight for you, and I think either you or him coined it the Battle of the Frat Bros. How do you feel about Garrett Armfield?
Yeah, I did on my post, but actually I was looking on Twitter when it got leaked, and I swear there was like 4 or 5 comments saying frat bros. There's a few good ones. It's like Brady before and after he shaved, or it was Battle of the Frat Bros, or Battle of the Obscure Chest Tattoos was one of my favorite.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I love this matchup. I think it's good. Very similar to my other matches with a little bit difference. Like, good boxer. I don't think he's going to want to grapple with me. But like I said, I think I'm in a completely different level now. So I think I'm going to be able to showcase my striking, and my grappling's always there if I need it. So I'm excited for this one.
And then he actually asked for this fight. He said this was one of the fights he wanted. He thought it would be a really good matchup and an exciting fight. So how do you feel about him? I guess it wasn't necessarily a call out, more so just being interested. But how do you feel about him wanting the fight?
The funny part is I actually asked for the fight too. So how it happened was I was down in Vegas training, and I was didn't have a fight scheduled, and I'm like, okay, my manager's Jason House, and I'm like, House, who's on my radar? Who is some guys I could fight? He starts rattling off names, and I remember a while back there was an MMA page that was after he fought Brad, it was this is a good matchup, and so I was he said Garrett Armfield, I'm like, let's do that fight. I like that fight. Let's make it happen. And so then 2 days later they booked the fight. Then I find out a month earlier that Garrett said the same thing on a podcast. Yeah. So I think it's just meant to be. We both want to fight each other, and obviously the UFC's about it. So let's make it happen.
Was this one ever offered for St. Louis? That's his hometown.
No, I didn't really care when it was. I was like, let's get it as soon as possible, and then so they came with this date, so it works out.
Interesting. Yeah, I was just wondering because I know that's what he wanted. But in terms of your guys' style, you kind of just went into a little bit. You said the grappling might be too much for him. You know, I've interviewed Garrett before too. I think you guys are both in a similar spot as to where you're both kind of just leveling up towards both of your primes. And I'm wondering how you feel about his skill set and how your guys' styles are going to clash in there.
Yeah, because he's getting close to his prime. He's like 27, right?
Yeah, he's in that prime age like you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I think it's gonna be a fun style. Like I said, I think I'm gonna showcase a lot of my striking, kicks and punches, and I'm gonna be able to showcase a lot of that. But I don't think he's gonna want anything to do with my ground game. So it's like it's gonna make it an easy fight for me, knowing that he just wants to strike with me, which is okay. I'll strike with him, and then I'm not gonna be really worried about him trying to take me down, honestly. Because I mean, take me down, I'd love it. I feel like my grappling's like the best in the division, so I'm like, go for it. But I don't want to just be grappling all my fights. I want to use these fights, especially until I get to the top 15, top 10. I want to showcase all my striking and what I've been working on. So there's going to be a lot of striking in this fight, but you never know. Maybe mixing a little grappling. We'll see.
I don't really ask this that much anymore, but I like you a lot. You got a prediction? What rounds this happen? We going all three?
I think I'm going to put a pace on him in the first. I think he's a tough dude, so I don't think he's going to break in the first. Maybe the second, but I'm pretty confident I finish him in the third. Whether it's TKO or sub or, drop him clean. I just think by the third round, he's going to be tired and I'll be able to finish him.
You guys got that mountain gas tank, man. It's not fair. It's not fair up there.
For real. I feel like we should just like push a pace, and it wilts guys. And I saw a little bit in that Brad Katona fight. I don't really look at his first fight because he took it on short notice, up a weight class, and he gassed in that fight, which is whatever. But I even saw glimpses of that in the Brad Katona fight, and he was prepared for that fight. He was ready to go. And Brad's not a huge dude. I feel like I got a big body. I can wear on people a lot more than Brad can. And so if he's wilting in that third round against Brad, I feel like it's going to be a long night for him against me. So
something I've been doing recently is I've been opening up, like tweeting out, hey, interviewing Brady Hiestand. Any fans got any questions? Just, I'm not going to ask you all the BS questions fans want, but one of them stuck out to me just going with this frat theme by Ben Seltzer.
Let's go.
He says, one, wants to know exactly what the tattoo means. I assume it's related to that. And then two, are there any crazy frat stories you're able to share in an interview?
Dude, the funniest thing is I went to 1 year of community college, and then I dropped out and moved into a fire station. So I'm not even a frat boy. I never even went to like college really. I just went to a couple classes at community college. Okay. So, and then my chest tattoo is actually my dad's initials, and my dad passed away when I was 15. And so I got it back when I was like 16, 17. And so it was my first tattoo ever. I got it from I went over to Idaho and I got it from this tattoo shop called Dirty Harry's. Yeah, so it was definitely just a first tattoo, whatever. My brother had the same one on his wrist, so I'm like, I'm gonna get it on my chest.
That's cool though, man.
Yeah. So I like it. It's like holding my dad near and dear to my heart. I'm probably gonna get it moved and like upgraded. But yeah, so that's the tattoo. No frat stories because your boy lived at a fire station and now fights in the UFC. So sorry to let everyone down.
Oh yeah, we got to clarify to the fans that there is no frat for Brady Hiestand. It's a tribute to his father, and it's just the chin. No actual frat boy. You just got that very defined frat chin.
Yeah, it's the school of hard knocks. That's the closest thing to the frats I got.
You ever seen the Giga Chad memes? You know what I'm talking about?
That sounds
like a Chad is like this real like sculptured like built dude, and then like the Giga Chad is just like this. I'll send it to you after. It's like this extremely built gentleman with the crisp hair and crisp jawline and all that. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, I do. I think I have seen those memes where it's like a cartoon drawing and stuff.
Yeah, that's you. You look like a Giga Chad, man. It's a compliment.
Hey, I appreciate that. I'll run with it. Maybe I should go to college. I fit the vibe.
Nah, save your money, bro. College is a waste. Trust me. Speaking from experience there. But Brady, man, big win here, dude. 3 in a row. Like, what's next? You want to make up for some lost time this past year?
100%. Yeah, my goal is, like I said, I don't do anything else. I quit working at the fire station. I'm training full time. I have my house and my girl, my dog, and then I got MMA. So my life is pretty narrow focused. I'm looking to get in there, make some shit happen. 2024 is going to be a big year. I know a little bit late start, so I don't know how many fights. At least one more. I'm hoping I can get 3, at least 2 in 2024, and I just want to keep the ball rolling. I feel like I said, I'm growing up. My body's a little bit more mature. I feel like I'm more durable. I'm able to do fights. I'm getting close to my prime. I got like, what's the prime age you think? Like
MMA,
28?
man, it's weird. It's weird. It's different
Yeah.
per weight class. I think bantamweight, 28, 29, 30, 31. That range.
Yeah. So like anywhere so I still got 5 years and like I'm not even 25 yet, but like I have 5 years until I'm 30. So I want to keep getting experience, keep building. And so by the time I do reach my prime, I'm like ready to go. And I know I'll be ready to go. And even before my prime, I think I'll be up there in the top 10, top 5, shooting for that title soon. So I'm ready to like make shit happen in 2024. I'm tired of waiting around.
Are you at a point yet where you feel like, I mean, I feel like you can, but do you feel like you're at a point where you can call people out yet, where you even want to call people out yet, or you're still just down to fight whoever?
I'm down to fight whoever, but I definitely got some thoughts. My buddy Mike, he always says, like, after you get out of the cage, you want to have someone in mind. And so for my last fight, I wanted to fight Christian Rodriguez, but Fatty went up to 145, so I wasn't able to get that one. But I definitely got some in mind. I want to win before I call anyone out because I'm laser focused on Garrett. I have these guys in the back of my head. So after I get my win, whatever comes to me, and I'll call out whoever I really want to fight.
I saw someone on Twitter say, with a big win here, they'd love to see you and Payton Talbott. Any thoughts on Payton and that matchup?
I think he's good. He's got some good striking. Yeah, he's ballsy too. He'll be in the fire. And he doesn't care to get hit. He'll hit you after you hit him. So it's a really good fight. I'm down to do it. I know if the fans want it, I'll make it happen. Also, I feel like he hasn't fought anyone that fights like me. I think the first guy he fought in the UFC, I don't think was that good. He was trying to wrestle him the whole time, but I don't think his wrestling was that good. And then this last guy, Cameron Saman, dude, he's a kid. What is he, 22?
21 or 22. Yeah, he's young.
Yeah. So I felt kind of bad for him, but I don't think he's fought anyone close to as good as me. So it'd be kind of fun to see how that plays out. He seems like a cool guy. It would be fun to get in there and scrap with him for sure.
The Bantamweight division, man, it's always been one of the most exciting, but it keeps recycling with just fresh talent. Like, light heavyweight, there was years where it was like, okay, John Jones left. What are we doing here? Like Bantamweight, there's never a lull. It's always just fresh with competition. Like, do you like that? Do you like being in such a competitive, badass division?
For sure. Yeah, it drives me, especially because like I came in when I was 21 into this division in the UFC, and so it's like I've been able to kind of grow up seeing like people come and go and then being able to fight a lot of these guys. So it's like it's pretty badass and motivating. Like you never are like sitting pretty. There's always someone coming up ready to take your spot. So I'm ready for it all.
Spoiling us fans with great matchups, bro. So thank you all. And then Brady, before I get you out of here, man, so many fans excited to see this big return who have been itching to watch you fight. That being said, anything you'd like to say to everyone? If so, the mic is yours.
Just tune in June 5th on ESPN. I'll put on a show. It'll be fun. Ready for the comeback.
Love it, man. Brady, thank you for the time, brother. For real, it's been too long. Appreciate talking after that big win. We'll talk again. But ladies and gentlemen, June 15th, Brady, bam, Hiestand comes back, makes it 3 in a row. Brady, kick ass, my man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.